watching Let's Chat.
All across America, this is National Volunteer Week, so we thought this would be a great time to invite you to donate a few hours of your time to a great local organization. For example, CHI Memorial. All campuses everywhere in the Tennessee Valley. Jean Payne is here to talk about that. Jean is the CHI Memorial Volunteer Service Director. Jean, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
You have Judy Hall, who is the CHI Memorial Auxiliary President. Judy, good to see you. So you all are looking for volunteers, right?
Well, sure, we are, but we're also celebrating them.
Sure.
Yes, and
how many volunteers do you have now, roughly, at
about
Memorial?
350.
How many more are you looking for?
Oh, gosh, however many more want to come. I mean, we're large and we have all different places.
Sure, sometimes you can't have too many volunteers who are all working together for the same purpose. How long have you been devoting your spare time?
About 10 years now.
And why do you keep going back to CHI Memorial?
It's rewarding to me, but also I feel good about what we're doing for others. Mostly what I'm working with is wayfinding and or pushing wheelchairs and just making it a better experience for both the patients and the visitors.
Sure, because it can be a little intimidating when you're wandering around a huge place like Memorial and you get lost, but you see somebody in one of those, they can help you find out where you are going. What kind of time commitment are you looking at for volunteers?
Well, typically we have our volunteers have a weekly schedule. It's about 4 hours a week.
Right.
And of course we know a lot of volunteers are retired, so we always work around schedules. But we have some that work 8 hours a week. We have some that will sub in on different times.
Right.
But whatever time they give, we treasure it. And they always tell me, all the volunteers say they feel they get more than they give. And I think it's a beautiful circle.
In what area do you most need volunteers?
Typically, like right now, as Judy was saying, with escorting guests and patients back and forth, that's a strong area at many of our entrances and on our campuses.
Right.
So that requires, for people who like to get their steps in, that works out nicely. And for people who want to be more on a front end and not behind the scenes. Then we also need a lot of help in some of the offices, helping answer phones and supporting the staff in different departments. We've got pet therapy volunteers, music volunteers. We have some of our volunteers that help drive our courtesy shuttle cart. So that's also another opportunity.
All right, next question for you. What kind of training do you have to go through before you can become a volunteer?
Well, you put in an application, which are readily available around the hospital and through Jean. She reviews it, and then she has a personal interview with you, gets ideas of your likes and what you might like to serve, where, and then we have an orientation. It's changed a bit since I went through it, but it was an all-day orientation that I went through, the same as any hospital employee would have, but very helpful.
And as Jean put it, it is certainly a wonderful circle. I know several folks who actively volunteer for you at CHI Memorial, and they love it. They will not let anything stand in the way of this weekly commitment, which I think is a wonderful thing.
They are so dedicated. We have, honestly, the best volunteer team around. I mean, their commitment, you know, Memorial's branding is Hello Human Kindness, and this year we're celebrating kindness. And I feel like our volunteers display that and demonstrate that every day.
Ladies, we're going to have to leave it there. I hope you're swamped with applications and phone calls and visits to your website and everything else. And again, you are looking for volunteers at all of the CHI Memorial campuses, correct?
And student volunteers too.
And student volunteers as well. Go to the website, memorial.org/volunteer, memorial.org/volunteer.